There's some really stunning data coming out of this conference. I think the big story coming out of ASCO this year is a continued evolution of cell-based therapy in cancer and advances that will make these approaches more mainstream. We've really seen a paradigm change in the treatment of cancer over recent years, a recent period of time, driven by CAR-T and the ability to harness the immune system in ways to target cancer in very efficient fashion. And there was a perception of limitations on these approaches, that they were too costly, that they couldn't be made into off-the-shelf preparations, that they would only be relevant in liquid tumors. And we're seeing early data at ASCO that suggests that these early limitations are going to be able to be eclipsed by new innovations that are entering this space. We're seeing a lot of product innovation when it comes to cell therapy targeting cancer. And just briefly, I'll just say this is really the convergence of three parallel areas of development that have been underway for a long period of time in cancer. First, the ability to target the molecular signatures of cancer, antigens on the surface of cancer cells, and the molecular signaling, really driven by the work, or epitomized by the work, of Brian Drucker with the advent of Gleevec back in 2001. Second, affirming of our understanding of how to use the immune system, harness the immune system to attack cancer in very targeted ways, really driven by the work of Jim Allison and others. I think galvanized by the work of Bristol Myers, which was an early pioneer and investor in this space, my friend Elliot Siegel at that company. And third, the advent of cells that could be engineered to harness what we learned about the ability to target cancer using immune cells, but do it in very precise ways to target molecular signatures on the surface of cells. So it's a convergence of those two paradigms. And that's really epitomized by the work of Carl June, and we're seeing that in the form of CAR-T and bispecific antibodies and other very targeted approaches.
So how much a solid tumor effects do you envision? And how does it need to be, these techniques need to be modified? What's the problem? Why are, I guess, to get into a solid tumor and to get the immune cells to where they can do some action, it's just, you can see why that would be a problem. They're solid tumors. They're not spread out and disparate, so you can't attack as many, not as many cells are exposed to the immune cells. How do we get around that, and how far can we take it?
Yeah, look, we're seeing the ability to get around that. We saw very interesting data on the ability to target pancreatic cancer. It was published in the New England Journal of Medicine using a CAR T cell that targeted KRAS. We're seeing bispecific antibodies that are able to couple T cells to B cells to wage more targeted attacks on cancer cells. Those could potentially be engineered in ways to be more efficient at targeting solid tumors. We're seeing the ability to try to look intracellular inside the tumor cells themselves to find proteins in the tumor cells and find ways to have them expressed on the surface to create new targets on those cells, as companies that are pioneering that technology like Adaptimmune. So there are innovations in development that I think are going to open up more opportunities to be able to use immune cells, engineered immune cells, in ways to attack solid tumors. And in fact, we're seeing some early success. There's data at this ASCO which shows early success in using CAR T cells engineered in different ways to start to attack solid tumor cells. There was a perception that CAR T wasn't going to be as efficient at going after solid tumors. We've seen a lot of disappointments, to your point, but I think we're starting to see some success in that space.
Anything that is really far off but really exciting. And I'm wondering whether there are so many different mechanisms in each individual type of cancer when you're looking at where the problem is metabolically or genetically on what it is. They're so, maybe working with something that is more of a blanket treatment like immune response is better. But we're still looking for just the root cause of what actually goes wrong. Anything way off in the future that is being presented at ASCO that we didn't know before, or just an extension of things that have been around, as you said, like Gleevec?
Well, look, I think the future is here. I mean, you're right that a lot of the early immunotherapy were waging sort of a generalized attack on cancer. We're seeing now immunotherapy that's much more targeted. Clearly, the big data out of this conference, I think, is HER2. The data, very stunning data, probably the most impressive progression-free survival and overall survival in the post-endocrine setting in breast cancer, HRP-positive breast cancer, that I've ever seen. So that's going to be the big story coming out of this conference. I think the other very exciting data coming out of this conference is the bispecific antibodies that are able to target a receptor on T cells, CD3, and link them, cross-link them to B cells using a target on B cells, CD20. So it's an antibody that combines both those targets. and wage a very targeted attack from T cells on B cells in a lot of liquid tumors. And that data looks very promising. Roche has a drug in that category. Genmab has a drug that's not far behind. So I think that data also is very interesting.